Cornucopias is a cutting-edge open-world MMO set in a world where humanity has ascended from the Earth's surface and created a breathtaking new world in the sky. This fantastical realm is a system of floating islands carved from the land we once called home, now encased in radically advanced dome-shaped structures suspended high above the clouds. Each one is a futuristic marvel with its own unique environment, identity, and thriving communities. It is within these domes the epic journey begins. Here, players take control of their own personal avatar, which gives them the freedom to choose their destiny. Be immersed in vast landscapes, explore vibrant settlements, and engage in a myriad of activities such as crafting, commerce, combat, racing, and more. Welcome to a world where the sky is no longer the limit.
Hey everyone, welcome to COPICafe. This is episode 120. We're glad you're here with us. For those of you that are still here with us, thanks for tuning in. We love to keep you guys up to date, but we are excited about this episode. Rob, we have a lot to discuss. I'm going to try to go through it quickly. You got Rob Gregg here and Josh Jones, and coming up this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about the market, upcoming sales, combat, the Calido Valley update, the character builder update, nodes, a gameplay segment, a leak, and questions.
Nice.
Seems pretty full. Okay. So, yeah, let's just kick it off real quick. What are you drinking today, Rob?
I am Groot. Hello there.
Hello.
I have a nice traditional cup of tea.
Nice.
What are you drinking, Josh? Yorkshire tea.
I've got tea as well. Green tea.
Cold tea. I think I went down the wrong hole.
Oh boy. All right. You need a sec to recover?
Yeah, it was better the second time.
Okay, good.
Wow, that Yorkshire tea really did not agree with me.
All right. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and kick it off with the market. Just some quick comments on the market. I think the sentiment in crypto has been incredibly low lately because we've had these meme coin things happening, like Libra coin and Argentina and things like that. But overall, the macro picture, which is the primary thing that I look at, all the signs are really, really positive. Like we've got inflation reaccelerating, we've got gross domestic product reaccelerating, we've got the global liquidity, which is the M2 chart on the rise. A lot of really good signs. Look, this is not financial advice. The market can always go in either direction, up or down. We all know that. However, the signs are looking really good. We've just had 4 bearish Bitcoin weeks in a row, and typically it bounces after that. So it looks like things should be picking up, hopefully. And I'm very optimistic with all of the macro indicators. I think we've got a heck of a bull cycle ahead, but who knows? It's very different this time. There's no doubt about that. But I'm excited. I think we've got good times ahead. What about you, Rob? What's your take?
Well, I mean, I know nothing Jon Snow. All I do know is that when I go to my local restaurant, they always make me buy mango chutney and all the other things. So, I mean, I always buy the dip.
Gotcha. Mango chutney. Nice. Nicely done. Bringing the story into it. The local pub, the local restaurants. That's good. So I like it. And I guess that brings us into the upcoming sales segment. So regardless of what the market is doing, we're always building. And that's what I love about our team is we're consistently building and adding new things, and things have been speeding up. Our foundation is really solid at this point to continue releases. We talked you've seen a little bit on the combat lately, which that's likely going to be one of our next sale items in March would be weapons. So along with some other things, that it wouldn't just be weapons alone. Obviously, we're trying to move our store towards more of the typical gaming experience that you'll see with mainstream gamers, and that's what we also we like about, like, so there's challenges and pluses to the crypto paradigm with the bull and bear cycles and things like that, and company strategy. Moving towards mainstream starts to reduce risk for us, and it increases the utility of the Kopi token, as those new people coming in buying assets is creating utility on Kopi. So that's a huge plus for us. We're moving in that direction all year long, so it's very exciting.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
think weapons will be free to use in game. So we're the strategy we
some
have
will.
is we have the in-game ones that you can either craft or you can find, and then
Hmm.
we'll have some premium ones. There won't be no difference in terms of functionality. That it'll just kind of be like a show off kind of thing. I think, I think the weapons will be a big hit.
Yeah,
Depends how
they're.
big they are. I mean, some of them
I
will
mean,
be little hits. Some of them will miss.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Okay, I think that brings us to the Calido Valley update. You want to pull that slide up, or are we
Cool.
talking through the slide?
Yeah, part two of last week's slideshow. Some people liked it. Some people didn't care. I cared. It prompted me. So yeah, last week we talked about the new update that's coming. That's coming in the next build 553. We talked about some Solace updates and Esperanza. So and some file nodes. So this week we're going to talk a lot more about Calido Valley itself, um, and then some of the character stuff and some more. So Calido Valley is the starting point of the game, and this is actually going to get a huge update. So we talked about last week Esperanza, but before Esperanza comes out, we're going to give you a glimpse of Esperanza, and this is going to be located at the back of the pavilion. The pavilion is the area where you go racing. You'll be able to go through the back there, and within Calido Valley itself, we're going to have we're going to redistribute the holocaches now that we've got jetpacks. So there may be up to 200. I don't know. There might be 100. We're definitely going to improve some of the NPCs you've seen. But yeah, the back of the pavilion, that's where the new glimpse of Esperanza is going to be. And it's not just going to be somewhere you can walk around. That's where we're going to have this new shooting experience. So there'll be a gun store there where you'll be able to see 6 of our weapons that are coming. So 2 are usable, but you'll be able to see the other 4 as well. So they're different types, and we'll get some leaks over those over the next few weeks. So they're going to be really cool to see, and loads of visuals. But the 2 usable ones are going to be pistols and rifles, and we'll have a little um, like the video that we shared on Twitter. If you look at that closely, that's kind of like guns without anybody holding them, shooting them. So in theory, there'll be players behind them holding them, shooting them. So you'll be able to all queue up together, and we'll have all kinds of targets up and down. And I think you'll actually be able to go out into kind of the glimpse of Esperanza area, and walk around. So that'll be a really cool experience. Um, they're also going to have the museum there. So currently, in a previous build, when you started the game, you started in the World Breaker, and then you came out into the 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 kind of landing bay food court area of Calido. In the last build, you actually kind of stopped right outside where the the aero trails game is. So I think actually some people found that a bit disorientating. If they were brand new to the game, it's like, I don't, where am I? Because you haven't got a jetpack or anything like that. You just plonked in the middle of nowhere. So we're going to address that in the next build. But what will happen in the game is you will see this whole loading screen. You'll see some lore pushed on you. You'll come through the world breaker, and then you will start in this new loading bay, and you'll come through the loading bay, And the first thing you'll do is you'll come into the museum. So you'll get more lore, and we'll introduce parts of the game to you. So this museum is something that we're going to build upon. But that museum will also be part of the trailer that we're building for the Epic's game store. So the second half of that, you'll come out of the world breaker, kind of go through like passport control in this trailer, and then you'll head into the museum. So the museum is going to talk about the technology of the world and the first gen cores and the cradle where genesium was first synthesized, and there'll be a bubble jet Prima on display, whatever that could be, and there'll be lots of other secrets.
Yeah. So exciting stuff there, really, overall. I think you've got, if you look at the one image with the shooting range and the glimpse of Esperanza in the background, that's fun. The museum area, that's going to bring in the lore, like you said, and I think that's going to be a powerful starting place for anybody coming into the game. So
Yeah.
should be fun. Okay, what's up with the next slide? I think we can go on to the character builder update.
Yep. So we leaked these images. Actually, these images were leaked yesterday.
Okay.
Today being Wednesday, in the
The
live stream. So
the new
Scruffy and
default outfit. Did we talk about what it was?
yeah. So right
Okay.
at the end, right at the end of the live stream, Scruffy and Copy Ball. Actually, they showed the image, but I don't think they actually explained what the image was of. So we can show this now. So it is.
Yep.
It's the new start in what we call the World Breaker suit. So
Yeah.
we've had some feedback on the old one. We're changing it.
Which yeah. This is a nice upgrade to the old outfit for sure. 100%. Okay. Yeah. Very cool. Well, I think the updated morphs. I think is a huge thing. And that just means the postural, the male and female features, and how that's going to work. The facial capture, allowing the characters to talk. That's really cool. So I haven't heard much about this. Did you get a deep dive with?
No, that's something that's kind of still in research. So that's nothing that you'll see
Okay,
in
it's not
the short.
necessarily coming in the next release.
No, it's something that we now have the capabilities of doing now that we've
Okay,
got the
so
new
that's
version
an
of Unreal.
ability, not necessarily coming into the next build.
But we
Okay,
are
that's
changing
important.
some of the sliders.
That's an important clarification there, but
Yep.
that's very cool because that does move us in some of the directions that we want to go into with AI and NPCs. And we've been doing quite a bit of research into that and actually development on that as well,
Yep.
which is going well. Jeff or Greg just shared the first test with us using a downloaded LLM that we can communicate with. And so there's a few more steps to go on that, but it's working quite nicely so far. The mocap suit, that research has begun. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, we're still waiting to see something to come out of that. We have the suit, so I haven't seen anything that Jim's been doing yet. I know he's still waiting on some gloves. But again, yeah, with the new version of Unreal Engine, with all the facial capture and the motion suits in the future, we'll definitely be seeing some more NPCs that are kind of alive, giving quests, but actually seeing talking and having maybe text to voice and voice to text. So all that is really early days research, and obviously sometimes we research up to a year before you see anything. But we're just letting you know that this is the kind of activity that's happening, and we release it in steps and stages.
Got it.
But we do hope we like the new breaker suit.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I think that brings us to nodes.
Yeah. So I want to clear up some of the explain a little bit more about the file nodes. I know I said last week that we have 66 nodes. I just want to explain a little bit more what that means. And we now have 88 of these nodes. So the way our system works, and I've got another bit of a slide here, is we have right at the top level, we have AWS, and what we do is we have when we release up when we do a new game build, we split that up into different chunks. These chunks then get distributed from AWS to two what we're calling regional system pools. So we only have two of these at the moment. Currently one's in Chicago and one's in Amsterdam, but that doesn't really matter. Those are the first two places that get these game chunks. And then all our node pools, what they do is they basically ping the two different pools to see which is closest to them. And if they're closer to Chicago, then they will download from Chicago. If they're closer to Amsterdam, then and obviously these are just tiny compared with the rest of the world. And then the players, they will download, they will ping and they will download from the node pool that is obviously near to them. So with this in mind, what we're going to do is we're actually going to increase the number of regional system pools. I've been talking to Greg about this. I think we're gonna open one. Possibly, we're looking for hubs. So we're possibly going to open one in Singapore. Maybe look at one in maybe Puerto Rico or Costa Rica. Maybe one in Australia in the future. But we're definitely going to start off with 3. So what we do with 3 is we're then able to, when a node pool pings, we're now able to triangulate where they actually are in the world, because you can't really go off IP addresses. And then we can kind of create a heat map. Now, once we've got a heat map, we will know from the clients that are pulling from the node pools where all the demand is. And then in the future, what that's going to do is we're then going to create a dashboard that has different demand around the world, wherever it is, and we're going to adjust the rewards to pay more in the areas where we need more demand. And then what that will happen is then more people will move their node pools to these higher demand, and therefore the number of rewards actually will equalize. And then if we get demand in another area, those will be easily, it's hard for me to say this, but it will be easy to see in the future. We'll have some people whose node pools never move and never need to move, and we'll have some that will probably just be chasing rewards all over the place. But we'll explain that more in the future. That's got a little bit of development to happen at the moment. But this is how it's going. This is how the actual structure works. Don't think I've explained that very well, but we'll create a document in the future. Suffice to say that everything becomes regionalized and downloads become more and more efficient as we have a really accurate picture of where the gamers are and where the nodes are and where the demand is throughout the world. So this is kind of, this is the next evolution of that. But at the moment, we have two system pools. We have 88 regional pools. So those 88, we have look at my figures. We have 43 kind of in Europe with Amsterdam, 45 in covering the Americas area. So obviously, if you're in Australia or in Africa or South America, yeah, it's inefficient at the moment. So we'll perfect those. And there are actually 686 active registered file nodes. So what that means is, of the 88 people that are hosting, that's their pools, because the public at the moment cannot choose their own node. They cannot choose who they're delegating to. Well, that delegation is going to happen pretty soon as we open that up, and then the 88 will massively expand, and we'll update the node rewards. So rewards will be given on performance, and there's a lot of information to be covered there. So you might want to watch this 2 or 3 times. We also have a dedicated nodes channel in Discord, so you can come in there and ask some questions as well. But that's kind of where we're up to with those.
Yeah, it's great. And what's exciting about the nodes is we're moving towards public testing of those, and you're about to run a game download test soon, right?
Yes. Yeah. So we currently so the node network is actually live at the moment, and it's downloading internal files. It's actually, I think we've switched it over maybe in the next day or two, so it now can actually download the production game files. So what we're going to do is we're going to run a test. We're going to get everyone together, and we just want you to delete your current version of the game and then download using the file node system. You don't have to, but the more
Right.
people that we can get that is in that test within that short window, then we can really get some stress testing of the node system. And then we might run another one maybe a week or two later, all in preparation for the build that comes out, where we're hoping that build could be completely downloaded using the file node system rather than direct from AWS. That's an absolute huge milestone, because that's the system fully online and
Yeah.
decentralized, distributed, and all
Okay.
those other good networking terms.
Yeah, very cool. Okay. Well, let's see here. That brings us to our gameplay segment. I guess we could cut to that now.
So
All right.
so here's a challenge. Most NPCs. So if you look over here, most NPCs in these really early days, they just hang around here and they don't say much. However, there's this one here that we found who's broken out of the matrix, and he's discovering how to walk. I think he can only do 4 or 5 steps at a time.
He's a little indecisive.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh,
He turned around. He
no.
turned around.
So here's the challenge. You've got to find this dude and try and harass him a little bit. I think if I stand in front of him, it messes him up.
He's not happy with you. No. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
But
He doesn't have a set pattern either. So this is,
yeah.
obviously this is we're a work in progress. This is NPCs that are moving and walking around the world, and so we've got to get them refined and build that up. But this is a really good, cool first iteration of AI with NPCs.
Look at this guy just hanging around here. Don't worry, one day you'll be able to walk just like this guy here. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking back at our game in like 6 months or a year from now, however it is, this guy will be walking around. They'll be giving missions. Maybe he's talking. Maybe we're fighting with him. But at the moment, he's just casually learning how to walk. It's quite funny.
I love it.
It's quite funny.
He's working on his skills, man.
He is. Yeah, you have to learn to walk before you can run and jetpack. And to be fair, you have to, like Aerosmith said, you have to learn to walk before you can give quests.
There you go. All right, man. Well, interesting take. I guess we can cut back to the leak and questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now we've gotten to the leak segment of the episode, and so what these leak images are, Rob's already kind of given a little bit of context to when we did the Calido Valley update. But this right here is a small glimpse of the shooting range and also a glimpse of Esperanza. Next image. Oh, yes. So this is in the museum. It's the very first Gen Core and Cradle. So part of the Cornucopias lore, really cool looking image. But that'll be something everybody gets to see right when they go into the game, exploring the museum and getting a better understanding of how Cornucopias exists and what's going on.
I think this is the tech that keeps the domes afloat in the clouds.
Yep. So next image. Oh, okay. So that's a full 3D map of Esperanza.
One of them, yeah.
And you can obviously see in the background the cloud gate.
Yeah, so that must be like an early prototype, or just maybe a model explaining how the cloud gates work. So that'll be really interesting as you start the game to come in here and have that kind of lore thrown on you, because you will see them pretty soon.
Agreed. Gosh, there's so much more we want to show, but we want the next build.
And these are only partially built, so I'm sure
well.
these walls will be full of all kinds of posters and maybe an NPC explaining them as you walk up to them. Who knows?
Yeah, good point. This is very work in progress, all of it. So early showings, just as the combat testing video that we showed earlier this week on our Twitter. That was also a work in progress. So, okay, question time. This one's from Jury Lesborer. I came to ask my question. Will we be having any Pokemon animal capture like game mechanics? I know in the last COPICafe we talked about harvesting animal parts.
Okay, so kind of like Pokemon Pal World kind of captures. I don't know. I mean, I don't think we'd want to get sued by Nintendo, so we probably will avoid some of what's happened to Power World. I think there'll definitely be some kind of capture. I don't know. I think we should leave that for the future. But we'll definitely have something to do with animals. They'll definitely be capturing.
Okay, so this one's from Lord of the Corn. And the question is, how will the material card feature work in game? Can we sell and exchange them? And will hair move like the clothes do with the new upgrade?
So material cards, yeah, that's probably a question that we need to bring David on board when we really finalize what we're doing with that, because material cards will come with items. So there's a very good chance that those material cards will follow the NFT. So I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to work, rather than selling material cards separately. However, those material cards may go separate. So
yeah, we still have some planning to do on this.
You've caught us at an unknown stage, because we still are in the planning. In terms of will hair move like clothes, absolutely in the future, definitely. We do have the ability now to make hair move and flow, and you would have seen that maybe on some of the trailers. I don't know if they're going to be in the next build or not.
Right.
But if they're not in the next build, possibly the one after or the one after, yeah, we'll have moving clothes and moving hair. So that definitely is something.
Yeah, so the capabilities there, whether or not we've integrated that feature or not, is what's in question for this next build, because there's a lot already on the next build. Yeah. Okay. Well, good answers. That brings us to the end of the episode. Thanks for watching COPICafe 120, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.
Break it down like I don't care what you say. Got me the game all day, game all day long. What would the doctor say? Play till the sun goes away. Faster than a torpedo, running through Calido, bite like a mosquito. Oh, you better stop, try coming for me. I'm the one on top, so it's funny to me. Cruising, I come for the beat. When I ride with the corn, yeah, it's something to see. With a slick daddy club, ride in the grove, retro, my whole side of my door. I'm trying to go, no time to sleep. 900K, see you and we. Listen to me, I don't know why you are trying to beat me. I won't back down. Drop top, low window down, Craig. Got a Lamborghini Diablo in the bag. 3T3s all up in black. Gas tank full, let's hit the track. You won't ever defeat me. You will see. Go red dot, show 'em up like I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. Got me the game all day, game all day long. What would the doctor say? Play till the sun goes away. Faster than a torpedo, running through Calido, bite like a mosquito. I'll meet you on the riverside. Baby, I just want you satisfied. You got there's a walkway that'll take us directly into town. And I find myself in solace, and I am having fun. But I need you close to me to stop me flying into the sun. Hello, baby, tell me how every time that I am sad is when you are not around. Now break it down. Yeah, I wanna fly like a butterfly.